The North is still the most underdeveloped region despite being in power for 52 years, according to Dr. Tanko Yunusa. And that is true. Tanko Yunusa is actually a key spokesperson in Labour Party. Okay, so, and that is true. Up to this age, we still have people, children in the north that are going to school, their classroom is under trees. We still have people that wake up in the morning, they line up with their plate to go into one person's house to ask for food. We still have them, the highest number of children beggars, child beggars in Nigeria, all over the country. You have them, in fact, the way they put their people in trailer and drop them across all the 36 states of the country just at night to beg. You wake up in the morning, you see all of them flood all the highways begging. It's only the northerners that are involved in that kind of thing. So it is true that the most impoverished, they are just claiming a larger landmass. Their population is not more, but they remain the most impoverished, and especially what the Fulani has done to them, they remain most impoverished. And I agree with that. They have the worst kind of diseases taking over the whole north every year, year in, year out. Bad water, no good water, even no good medical care. We have the highest number of blindness in that part of the country. The highest number of leprosy, the highest number of all kinds of bad diseases in that part of the country. And that is true. That is true. And let's see what Tanko Yunusa has more to say. In the wake of the backlash that greeted Obi's recent promise to begin executing his transformation plan from the north of the country, a chieftain of the Labour Party, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, has jumped in the defense, of his principle by insisting that his region remains the most backward in the entire nation. And that is correct. Tanko Yunusa is absolutely correct. Recall that in a message sent to his supporters via his Twitter handle a fortnight ago, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Gregory Obi, reiterated his campaign promise of kickstarting his national transformation agenda from the northern part of the country. Quite interestingly, the former Anambra governor's promise is still drawing a flurry of scathing criticisms from prominent northern political elites in the ruling party, who have come out to accuse him of openly insulting their region or being poor. But it is poor now. The people don't like the truth, but that is what it is. The North is poor. However, while speaking in an interview on Africa Independent Television's AIT new Nigerian program with Olawale Oluade on Friday night, Tanko, who is the spokesman for the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, insisted that Obi was merely stating the fact about the North, adding that despite having been in power for more than 52 decades, or for more than 52 years, that is more than 5 decades of the nation's 62 years of independence, his region remained the most backward in terms of poverty and underdevelopment. And the man is very, very correct. Since independence, Nigeria is 62 years now, going to 63 years by October, the North have been in power for 52 years of those years. That is over 80% of that period, or if not 85%. But again, the North remains the most impoverished. And the reason being that they suppress them and they make them beggars so that they can continue to use them for all these unscrupulous and managerial activities. If you come to the middle belt and to the south, they don't believe in going to one big man's house before they see food. Everybody is working hard. Everybody is struggling to be independent financially. But the North is not like that. The North is not like that. The North is not like that. He said Nigeria has been an independent country for 62 years. Within that period, Northerners have been in power for a combined 52 years. And I am a Northerner, a very proud one for that matter. But development of this country is so backward, especially from my end. What have these Northern leaders done for our people? Have your people been affected positively? Can they go to school or their farms, are they secured such that they can be of economic importance to themselves and the entire country? The answer is no. That is very correct. The answer is no. The answer is no. So what Tatos Unita is saying is actually very, very correct. When you go to the street of Lagos, it is my people you see there as beggars, just like I was saying, and that is true. If you go to Lagos, it's not just only Lagos, but Lagos own is at the peak. Every corner of Lagos, every highway, every road, the beggars are from the north. Yes, most of the beggars there are from my region. But here comes along someone who is a bridge builder by default, not because he is from the southeast, but because he represents the interests of Nigerians and the youth, okay, at large. If we had just thrown away our personal interest and looked to see the consistency, character, and capacity of this particular person, we would have used this particular election to unite this country once and for all. There wouldn't be any agitation at all. They won't accept it. They really will not accept it. And what Tanko Unisa is saying is very, very correct. If you go to anywhere, the Northerners are the highest number of beggars. In fact, they churn out beggars every day. And among those beggars, you have the highest number of blind people, either with double eye removed or one single eye removed. We have number of amputees, either one hand is cut off or two hands are cut off or one leg is cut off. They have those people most paralyzed by, I'm sure, probably by all these diseases in the north. Okay, you see so many of them, and they are crawling on the floor begging, and they're also committing crime alongside. You have the highest number of child abuse, what they call it, people that abuse children sexually. Children are just within 10 to 12 years, they're already messing up with them. Okay, pedophile. They have the highest number of pedophiles among them, and they are still doing it. Okay, so that the most backward, and Tanko Unisa is absolutely correct in what he's saying. Okay, so their heart is evil. That is why they will not develop. And well, that is it. I know that the evil is all over the country, but that up north, I don't understand what's happening there. And that is because somebody is saying here, that is because northern Muslim elite politicians use religion to manipulate the people. That's correct. And the people like such manipulation as well. And that's why they're falling for it. And that is also correct. Okay? So it's quite unfortunate that this is happening up there in the north. And nobody is doing anything about it. Rather, they are just coming to play psycho fancy in politics. And that is why they so impoverish them that only 1,000 naira, they will sell their conscience and they will continue to run to support them. Even in the south, that impoverishing is coming, but it's just not working because Satanists don't believe in unnecessary loyalty to somebody who does not deserve it. Even though some are still doing it, all these tribal bigots, religious bigots are still doing it, but then it's not like it is in the north. So Tanko Unisa is actually correct. Despite the Northerners being in power since independence, the North remains the poorest part of the country. So even when Peter Obi said that he will start his economic rehabilitation from the North, he is practically right. Okay, even though the Northerners are interpreting it that he is insulting them, well, that is the truth about it. So if you're taking truth for an insult, so be it. Okay. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.